Hi everybody, how we doing? So as you can see in the title, today we're talking about who is the captain of your ship. So type in the comments, say hello, so I can say hi back. And thank you for jumping on as always, and thank you for anyone that watches this on replay. So if you don't know me, my name's Sarah Wood and I am the creator of Sarah's Mentoring Secret. So I hope you're going to enjoy this information. I've certainly enjoyed it, so let's get on with it. Hi Rohette, how are you? So who is the captain of your ship? What do I mean by that? Well, I mean your mind can be your enemy. Okay? Your mind can be your enemy. You need to know that you are not your mind, and you are not the thoughts that you think that come out of your mind. You can hear your thoughts, you know those thoughts that tell you, I know that. And if that's what you're thinking, then maybe you just need a reminder. Okay? So you know the saying, if you keep doing what you have always done, you will get what you've always got. And say that again. If you keep doing what you are doing, you will keep getting what you've already got. You always get what you've always got if you keep repeating the same thing over and over and over again. So, what is the first element of change? How can we change what we're doing? So if you're not getting results by doing what you're doing, I would ask you, how is that working? And my guess is it might not be working very well. So the first element of change is awareness. To be aware. This is the first element of change. The second element of change is understanding. So let's get back to thoughts, your thoughts. You might see a sunset, as might somebody else. But we give meaning. We give this sunset meaning by our perception of it, which will be completely different to the perception of somebody else, because they put a different meaning to it. So in reality, or our reality, is personal. It's our perception of what's real. So what you see and give meaning to, we get. Because what you focus on the most gets bigger and then becomes our reality. Thoughts are things, as we've discussed before. So Socrates said these two words that really stood out to me. And I want you to really sit and think about these two words. And these two words are, know thyself. There's more to it than meets the eye. Know thyself. So we, as human beings, are born with a subconscious mind. We haven't got the conscious mind. It's like an empty vessel. So it's only the subconscious mind that works when you're born. And as we grow, we hear what our parents are saying. We hear what our family and friends are saying. We hear then what our teachers are saying, our mentors are saying. Yeah? So all what's been fed to us are other people's opinions, other people's feelings, thoughts, knowledge, information. All these things we have been fed. We've been drip fed, if you like, as a child. And would you believe that the majority of the time, or I would say all of the time, is what we have been told true? Is what we have been told as children true? Are our beliefs actually our beliefs? So what we believe, our beliefs are they beliefs of our parents, our teachers, etc.? So if you were to really think about that, would you come out thinking the same thought? If you really sat and thought about it, would you have the same beliefs? If you really sat down and thought, where did that belief come from? And do I actually agree with that belief? Is that belief mine? Or is it something that's been drip fed? Absolutely, Rohette. I can't read it all, but I'll get back to you. I'll comment afterwards. So, we have got our conscious mind, which has our teachers, parents, etc., their feelings, their thoughts, their knowledge, their information. So let that sink in for a moment. Is there going to be, or are they, sorry, I'll say that again, is their way going to be your way? Did you know that the majority of our brain development happens in the first 3 years of our life? The first 3 years of our life is where we get the majority of our consciousness. Because we've already got the subconscious. So the conscious is what we've been drip fed in the first 3 years, or the majority. We say 80% of what we know was taught to us before we was 3 years old. Now, isn't that incredible? Some people never question where these beliefs came from, where their thoughts and feelings came from, their insecurities. They just see it as is. That's how it is. That's how it's always been. So why question it? But when you actually sit down and think about this, it's quite fun to realise, really, is that what I really believe after you've lived your life for so long? Good question. So the information is given to us by other people or from other people. One thing that we were also given as a child from birth is choice. We have a choice. So if you know the information, you know the voice in your head, I like to call it the gremlin in your head. Unconsciously you're listening to other people's perception of the truth, which has been put into your mind by them people. Do you choose to believe that voice, that gremlin inside your head? If so, I want to ask you a question. How's that working? Are you gaining results from that? Are you in a great place? Are you fulfilled? Are you happy? Are you successful? So if you choose then to not believe that voice, you see, you can choose to be objective. Question your beliefs. Question, do you really believe that? Do you know what your mind is created for? This is really powerful. Do you know what your mind was created for? I'll give you the answer. It was created to help you survive. It's for survival. Nothing else. Your mind is created to help you stay out of danger, to keep you safe, and to keep you stuck. Okay? So it's there to protect us from danger. So that's its primary job, to protect us, to be our bodyguard. The problem is, it is always looking for the bad, the negatives in life. The mind ignores anything nice because whatever happens nice in his day, it ignores it because it's not a threat to us. This is why, really, a lot of the time people remember the bad things. People remember the negatives, and they tend to not remember the good in their day, the things they should be grateful for in their day. They don't remember them because the conscious mind is telling us the bad things. It's remembering the bad things. It's keeping us safe. Okay? So it takes effort not to listen to your mind. And this is where you have to decide, are you the captain of your ship? Are you the captain of your mind? You have the choice. If you understand this, your mind as a protector does not want your life to change. It wants things to stay the same, to stay safe, to not take risk. Your little gremlin inside your mind is talking you out of things all the time because it wants you to stay where you are. Again, question, how is that working? You see, we can't change what we don't acknowledge. So the awareness, first and foremost. Be aware. The second is understanding. So there's quite a bit of in-depth thinking to actually do here, to try and really nail down where your beliefs, your feelings, your thoughts, your insecurities, your hang-ups, to really think about where did you get them from. All your bodyguard sees, your mind, is danger, fear. That's its job. We are never fully free of fear or problems. It makes you believe that it is you, your choice. That's what it makes you believe. The voice is in there saying, no, you can't do this, no, you can't do that. But who's talking? Who's the captain of that voice? It makes you believe that it is you. So, who do you think it's really protecting? Who do you think your mind's really protecting? Is it protecting you? Or is it protecting itself? If it can't find a problem, what does your mind do if it can't find a problem? It creates a problem. You know the saying, making a mountain out of a molehill. So your day might be sailing through, you might not be having anything negative, nothing bad happens. So your mind creates one. You know, you might go and you might buy a coffee and the coffee's not got enough milk in it, or there's not enough flavour in it, or whatever, and you throw a little paddy because your mind's creating a problem. because it wants you to stay where you are. So, don't believe a thought you think. You are the captain of your ship, not your mind. You've got to believe you are in control, and you're not going to allow that gremlin in your mind telling you you're not good enough, telling you you're unworthy, undeserving, insecure. All these emotions. That's what it's doing. So we can choose to listen to that gremlin, or we can choose to change it with a positive thought. And I'll talk a little bit about that in a minute. So, living from choice in the moment is consciousness. You make a decision in the moment. When something crops up, it may be a little risk, or it may be something you weren't particularly looking for, but you think, wow, that's just what I need today. But your little voice inside your mind saying, no way, you can't do that. You're not worthy of it. You're not deserving of it. So you're going to make a choice from the moment, in the moment. Be conscious. And you might think your voice in your mind, I call it gremlin as I've said, is so loud that you can't hear anything else. I know that it can become extremely overpowering. And when it does that, we decide not to do something. We talk ourselves out of it. That is called being human. We are all human. So we can live in consciousness, aware and understanding, or we can just live in fear. We can live and let our mind control our reality. So you might be happy to know that there are methods to train your mind to work for you. So this is the good part. So this is going to make your mind work for you rather than against you. And there are 4 simple words. Before, or should I say, to stop negative thoughts before they turn into a limiting belief. So, those 4 words, are you ready? This is going to be, you're going to think, is that so simple? But if you put it into practice, good things are going to happen. So those 4 words are, when your mind starts working overtime, that gremlin in your mind saying you cannot do this, you are not worthy, you are not enough, you are undeserving, you say, thank you for sharing. Them 4 words, thank you for sharing. And you've got to say these words exactly how I've just said them. So you get the negative thought, you say thank you for sharing. So you've acknowledged, you've become aware. So you're saying it to yourself, thank you for sharing. So think, do you consciously choose to entertain this negative thought? So when it comes into your mind, question inside your mind, you don't have to say it out loud. People might think you're a bit crazy. So when you get a negative thought, you might think to yourself, do you consciously choose to entertain this negative thought? Is this negative thought going to really serve you? If the answer is no, then you say those 4 words. Thank you for sharing. Hey Gunika, thank you for jumping on. How are you doing? Awesome to have you here. So I'm going to give you an example. Maybe you want to lose some weight. Okay? So you've done really well for the last 4 days, and all of a sudden, this little gremlin pops up and says, you know, you've done so well, you can have a cheat day, you can eat that chocolate. Do you just think, right, I do deserve it, I've done really well, I'm going to throw away the last 4 days of doing really well and have a bar of chocolate? Your gremlin's just won. Or you could say, no, I'm determined to lose this weight. So you say, thank you for sharing. I'm determined to lose this weight. I don't need that chocolate bar. That's just an example. So we have the ability to control our thoughts. How awesome is that? Hi Ara, how are you? Thank you for jumping on. So you have the ability to remove a thought. You have the ability to install a new thought. So you've got 3 things going on. Gremlin speaks up. You choose to, you have the ability to remove that thought. The second one, you have the ability to install a new thought. I've missed the first one out. We have the ability to control our thoughts. That's the first one. The second one, you have the ability to remove that thought. And then the third one, you have the ability to install a new thought. Oh, you're so welcome, Gunika. Thank you. So, if that's the case, what do we need to do? We need to tame and train our mind. Tame the gremlin and train the gremlin. I'm going to keep calling it a gremlin because gremlin keeps you stuck, keeps you where you are, keeps you from growing, keeps you from succeeding in whatever it is in your life. So we call it gremlin. That's how I name it. Okay? So we can tame and train our gremlin to do what we want it to do. So you can bypass the thoughts by using the 4 words. You have the power over yourself. Conquer yourself. Them 2 really important words. Conquer yourself. We're not talking about anybody else. We're talking about ourselves. Conquer yourself. Really, really important. So to conquer yourself, and if you conquer yourself, your whole life is going to change. Conquer yourself, your life will change. Fact. Because your mind won't have you living in fear anymore. So conquer yourself, be aware, understanding, bypass the thought, install a positive in its place, and your life will change. And you'll not have to live in fear anymore. I'm not going to say fear disappears. I am not going to say problems disappear because they don't. That's life. Right? But it's our choice how we respond to every single thought or problem we have. So it may be something that's totally out of your control. So do you say to yourself, I need to get involved, I need to see to this because I don't agree? Or do you say to yourself, that's not my problem, so I'm not going to choose to stay in my state of calmness, of gratitude, and totally brush it off because you're not in control of it. So we're going to live in courage instead of fear, strength instead of weakness, and confidence instead of doubt. Focus is power. Are you focused? Are you focused? To have clarity in all of this is absolutely vital. It leads to power, which then leads to action. This next little sentence I'm going to say, I want you to really listen. Take it down, write it down, and listen to this very carefully. Stop needing approval from others and start approving of yourself. I'm going to repeat that. Stop needing approval from others and start approving of yourself. I would say here a really good thing to do is to write that down on a little post-it note and pop it somewhere you are going to see regularly. I don't need approval from anybody else other than myself. Vital. Your mind can either be your best friend or your worst enemy. Which one's it going to be? If you haven't tamed or trained your mind to work for you instead of against you, it's a fear-based monkey mind. A fear-based monkey mind. It is your choice, friends. Your choice. How are we going to live it? Are we going to live it in fear, in doubt, in needing approval from others, in weakness? Or are we going to live it in strength, courage, determination? Are we going to conquer ourselves and stop needing approval from other people? This is your journey. This is your life. Nobody else is walking in your shoes. Only you. Nobody else knows you better than you. So we need to be aware that there is a gremlin inside our head. We need to understand where have our beliefs come from. Have they come from something that's happened to you in your past? Have they come from people bullying you at school? Have they come from family and friends taking the mickey out of you? All these gremlin mindsets is just keeping you stuck. So from today onwards, take control and be the captain in your own mind. You are the captain of your own ship, and do not allow anybody to take control of it, because you deserve the very best. You deserve success. You deserve fulfillment. You deserve happiness. And don't let anybody take that away. That's it for today, guys. I hope you gained some value. I am very, very passionate about this because I've fought my own gremlin for 42 years. And I'll not allow it to steer my ship no more. Okay, guys? You can see the passion. You can hear the passion. Because I am the captain of my ship and I do not ever need approval from anybody other than me. I hope you choose to be the captain of your ship. If you need some help with this, please contact me. Please send me a private message. I will help you. I will point, guide and direct you in the right place to get you to where you need to be. Because, friends, if you take control of your ship, then you will be unstoppable. I say that again. If you take control of your own ship, you will be unstoppable. And that's what I want for each and every one of you. If you know someone that might gain some value from watching this live, please click that share button. I love and appreciate every single one of you with my heart and soul and spirit. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your Easter weekend as you deserve to. And if you want a chocolate egg, have a bloody chocolate egg. You are in control of your ship. Thank you so much, guys, for jumping on. I love and appreciate each and every one of you. Have a fab Easter weekend. And I will be back here on Monday, same time as usual. So take care, guys. Love you all. Bye for now.